Okay, now in this video I'm going to be ranking the main circus characters, and basically there are multiple Pomnis, Jacks, etc. in this. I'll be ranking them on appearance, or if I like the thing, maybe B, or even if they had a decent bit in the episode, probably an A if I like them that much. And obviously main characters will be S plus or S. Okay, let's get into it without further ado. Normal Pomni is definitely an S plus character. She is obviously the main character of the actual show. Gooseworld did say Jax and Pomni are the main characters of the show, even if she got backlash for that. They are the main characters, at least according to Gooseworks. Anyway, we've got this one, and honestly, it's definitely a cool appearance. When it's like cool appearance, it means I like the design, and that's about all I like on them. Unless I put in Don't Remember, and you know, yeah. She actually like this Pomni, was the fast food episode, was pretty good. Nothing memorable except from the gummy scene with her creeping up behind her and the whole gummy stuff. That was kind of a highlight for that episode. That was her like basically making sure Gangle doesn't abstract from what I'm going off memory here, of course. But we also got Evil Pomni. Now, disagree with what you want. I think Evil Pomni's an A character, maybe even S. I like Evil Pomni a lot. I might move her up. Evil Pomni is probably my favorite of the evil, not up to S. Like, I've persuaded myself to put it S. Evil Pomni is my favorite version of the evil characters, just because of the interactions and stuff. I'm also surprised that Caine made the NPCs be able to swear, if I'm being honest. Because he was obviously against swearing. Why would he program an NPC to swear? I guess it's the version of Pomni, but even then. Anyway, also that should have been the first indicator that Caine could at least alter her mind in some way. Was the cool appearance, I guess. Not really. She only appeared in that outfit once. Then cool appearance. I do remember these were literally 1 second and stuff. Zoom's my least favorite of the actual cast. Obviously still pretty good, her whole scenes with Gangle and the whole struggling with her body stuff in episode 3. Do enjoy that stuff, but as of right now, unless in episode 9 changes that, she's probably my least favorite. I do like her, telling Jax to F off and all that. I do enjoy that. Her interactions with Jax was pretty nice, to be honest. But at the same time, yeah. Fast food thingy, she didn't really do much except from doing that sort of relative cool appearance. But this cool appearance, I like the whole avatar, to be honest. Cool appearance. The bartender, I'm gonna put it B, because I like the whole interactions with her in the bar and stuff. Like I said, the characters in these that they're showing will have certain stuff. I will change it. And Zubo, I think, is an A plus. I love the way they made fun of Zubo like that. Bowling bin here, and then Zubo here, put down here too. Gangle, probably not S. I will say Gangle can be annoying, but she does have a good moments a lot. To be honest, she obviously has her own episode. Zubo doesn't really have an episode. She shared an episode with Kinga. Gangle has her own episode, so I like her more than Zubo, to be honest. In general, Manager Gangle, I actually loved Manager Gangle. I'm above that. This episode, obviously, Gangle obviously, stopped being sad and stuff, and obviously took on the manager role, and obviously definitely went a bit of power hungry. I'm putting this in B. It's a cool appearance, sure, and I know it doesn't really elevate the plot, but just the whole Gangle as a rhino was so sick. I wish we got to see what the other characters was, but we didn't show Gangle and Zubo, if I'm not mistaken. Gangle in there, cool appearance. Gangle, I actually didn't realize what Gangle looks like as a bowling ball. Then obviously Gangle in this. Ragatha, no, that's the one. Oh, but the balloon is also pretty cool. I did like when she got popped, she got balloons and popped immediately. Ragatha, I don't know whether she will be. I think I do like Ragatha. She can be annoying, but obviously has a trait depending on if you don't like people consistently always happy. That is her trait. I do like her whole conversations with Jax and all that. Definitely isn't my favorite, nowhere near, but I think she belongs in. No, I'll move it down to S. I'll move it down to S. Definitely S plus for I actually enjoyed Ragatha in this episode, by the way. I'm gonna put A simply because I actually enjoyed her like letting loose, and obviously, you know, not because she obviously was high and stuff, but she basically got to be herself, and stupid for whatever her name is, Evil Ragatha. Yeah, it goes to that, and then obviously beach episode, Golden Bin, this, and then now the Jax. Obviously Jax is my favorite character in the circus, so he's going to our Pomni. Now we got what Jax actually in this episode was also pretty good. Like, I'm gonna put him A actually because like this is the first time I saw Jax kind of break character when he got bored and there was nothing to really cause chaos in. Nice Jax kind of felt weird. I'll put Nice Jax down there. May Jax, I actually did not like watching Jax and made that fan. Like, it felt uncomfortable as hell. Skin Jax. Now the scene, like, it really is almost disturbing thing in the circus, but I'm giving it an A because I enjoyed the scene, but like, god damn, it felt so disturbing to watch him get skinned alive. Then cool appearance for that. Queenie, I love the whole idea of Queenie. I think I can put Queenie as an S. We haven't seen much of her, but in general, I'll put it actually. But in general, like, Queenie is, like, we only saw her strat, of course, with Caine in her tent, and we also saw the flashback recently in episode 8. Now, Caine is definitely an S, and literally, they're my favorite rankings. And then Dictator, I love Dictator in this episode, to be honest. I'm gonna put him A. I think he deserves an A. Dictator, any version of Caine is honestly really good. I actually forgot what Caine looks like in the beach episode, but cool appearance, sure. Honestly, I don't know why I went above, so I'm putting that down. But where was it? What did I put? I put it somewhere. This is actually going in B because, no joke, I didn't see it when I first like watched it, but like Caine with that looks so funny because he didn't have legs to lift up, he kept being, and I honestly don't remember this version. I'm sure it's a version of Caine, but I have no idea what that version is from. Like, unless it's art maybe, I have no idea, I couldn't tell you. And then this is obviously original Caine, which like Caine is an S plus character. I like Caine as a character. It took me a while to get used to him because one, he wasn't really in much shots. This Caine, I actually like the animation style of that Caine, Scorpions I guess. This Caine, I'm using this as like whole song Caine, a character, the whole song area. Going through the cast was a great song. Really great character. And this Caine, him freaking out. Another, I'll put it B actually. I'll put this B. But like in general, because it only happened for a split second, but in general, like him basically breaking was pretty good. I know this, I just don't know where it is, so I'm gonna put don't remember. I know that thing somewhere. Sun and Moon, I think they're both just B characters if we're being completely honest. Bubble, I'll use this as the normal Bubble. I think Bubble, like, Bubble would be around A, but episode 9 has bumped him, episode 8 has bumped him up to S. Like, I like Bubble's gags regardless, but episode, and obviously Chef Bubble, I'll put Chef Bubble at B. And then B. Karen Bubble, I'll put poor appearance. Then this is Cosmo, like Cosmo's abstraction, which honestly was a decent bit. It was the first time we saw an abstraction character, so yeah, B. And then Queenie's, like this whole flashback of Queenie abstraction was also pretty good. Now, I have no idea who this is. So I'm sure it's a background character from the pilot or something, I think. I don't know. And this, I think this is A, but yeah, it's my face. It was a character. it was also a trick to Caine, if that's true or not, but I think his character's definitely B, but like at the top. He's still just a random NPC all in all. But this disappearing guy, honestly, no joke, this perfect SS character. So, yeah, I'm gonna put an SS character. He deserves it. And then Ming's just kind of was a one-time gag. And then Old Man. This is the evil Old Man, I think. I think this is a real Old Man. So why am I putting that? Yeah. Then this guy, the big monster, had some relevant story, so that's gonna be this guy had some relevant story, so B. Queen, we didn't see much, or we saw again technically after 8, she was running away from that monster, but yeah. This guy literally just appeared to like the things I put everything. Evil Gummy Goo, like 100, like generally I'll put in B, but like, and then Gummy Goo as a whole, this is what I'm saying Gummy Goo, by the way. I don't think there's no Gummy Goo on there. I don't know what the anime that is, but Gummy Goo as a whole is S, and these 2 little crocodiles I would say are B. And then this monster's B, the little cockroaches, little cool appearance I guess. It's obviously Caine I think Caine just summoned it to scare her, I don't understand the content of that. Cool appearance. These 2 fish, I think they're voiced by people or something that are well known. I have no idea. It felt awkward when I was watching it, to be honest. If I'm being completely honest. This is Ragatha's mother, which was a whole fear. And I think I've realised it was Ragatha's mother straight away. Some people didn't realise. But yeah, Ribbit. That one sec. Even if we haven't seen Ribbit, and we're getting a flashback of her in episode 9 in some kind of way, I think Ribbit as a whole, because she's literally the reason for why Jax is the way he is. Even if he wasn't even if he did a complete 180 change, he definitely changed some way after Ribbit distracted. And Scratch is literally, no joke, love Scratch's whole like character and all that. In general, I kind of want to put an S because of the whole lore behind him and all that. Yeah, I'm putting an S. Like, main reasons, the whole lore behind Scratch. Scratch is obviously the main programmer from the main circus. There's also a recent theory that Scratch is Jax, although I don't really believe that. But in general, I think Scratch's the whole identity is thing. Cosmo, hopefully we get, I'm putting A, but hopefully we get a flashback of him. I think we will get a flashback of Cosmo. And these characters, kind of his cool appearance, we don't really know much about them at all. They're the first like characters, and they're obviously crossed down the thing. Cool appearance. I'm gonna be honest, this is the ones I don't want to look like at all. And that's kind of all. Will I change anything? Don't know if I would change anything if I'm being completely honest. Trying to know if I would change anything. Don't see myself changing anything in this list. Let me know if you guys agree with me in this. This is my ranking of characters. I might do a re-rank of characters depending on how episode 9 goes, because it also might change my view on other characters, etc. And my opinion might change depending if I rewatch certain episodes and all that. And if like later characters become plot devices in the last episode. The last episode is an hour, by the way, which I'm really looking forward to. Like I said, you guys agree with me, my favourite characters in the main series are Jax, King, and Pomni, with Caine being straight after, because Caine's obviously not my top 3, top 4. This period guy deserves to win this, I think, just because like, honestly, I don't know why. Disappearing guy, every time I watch someone's reaction, I still laugh at what her reaction to Disappearing guy. It's just Disappearing guy, man. It's just what he does. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna argue with me. Disappearing guy being honest. If he somehow appears in episode 9 and saves today, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. And Bubbles only in air. Bubbles, I mean, they're in S plus though. All the people I mentioned. Bubbles only in S simply because of episode 8. If not, Bubble probably would have been an A, because I do like Bubble's gags regardless. But in episode 8, Bubble actually stepped up and started, kind of just the reason Caine actually went crazy. Like, obviously, there's people in the circus at the same time, but Bubble kind of pushed Caine's buttons at the same time. Which, watching that, like, even when I'm watching it back, it was so crazy. Yeah, and Gummigu's an ass because plus because you know it's Gummigoo. Okay, without further ado, see you next time. Subscribe, do any stuff. Let me know in the comments, guys, agree on my rankings. Where would you rank certain characters or certain characters' appearances and stuff? And yeah, without further ado, see you next time. Subscribe, do any stuff, and bye, guys.